Had 3 tour titles, including that one major. That was pretty exciting to watch.
It was awesome.
Stick around and join us here for the first part of this match as Ryan Ciminelli begins versus Walter Ray Williams Jr. Ciminelli opened up his match with Mike Scroggins with a 4-bagger, and he continues to start strong with a strike here in the first.
The Lumber Liquidators PBA Tour's all-time titles leader, 6-time PBA Player of the Year, and the 2004 USBC Masters champion from Ocala, Florida. Please welcome Walter Ray Williams Jr.
Heading into this week, Walter Ray was 3rd in earnings. He'll be either number 1 or number 2 by the end of the day. He led the tour in average and points, and we mentioned the winner of today's tournament will vault to the top of the Player of the Year points list. Walter Ray already in 3rd place.
Steve, you and Walter Ray are about the same age, aren't you?
Yes, we are.
Your thoughts on, at age 50, Walter Ray performing at this level?
Well, it's amazing to me. There's so many components to being good out here. There's the physical game. You got to stay healthy all those years. But in addition to that, you have to have passion for the game that never ends, because to practice and stay up with these young kids year after year like he does, I can't even imagine how he's doing it.
And if he were to win today, he would vault himself to the top of the Player of the Year race, as would Ryan Ciminelli and Chris Barnes. So it's just truly amazing that he's able to do what he can do at age 50. And I promise you, coming into this match, he watched what Ryan Ciminelli did. He knows that Ryan Ciminelli did not miss the pocket in the last match. And Walter Ray right now, his mindset is, I better throw a lot of strikes to win this match.
No doubt about it, and he's certainly capable of it. Watching him over the years, I don't know if there's ever been a more accurate player. I would say that Walter and Earl would probably be the 2 most accurate players in history, and I guess the records show it.
Wow. Massive 7.
Southpaw leaves the 7-pin.
You guys may remember
He did that twice in his first match versus Mike Scroggins. And here he does it in the 2nd frame.
And remember, he did miss that 7-pin in the 9th frame to give Mike Scroggins a glimmer of hope.
But then he struck out in the 10th to close the match. Steve was talking about the upcoming PBA Experience Showdown coming away from the brand new USBC facility in Arlington, Texas. Here are the pros that are going. The Ripper, Devaney, Bill O'Neill, Rhino Page, and Norm Duke will be there to take on one lucky or unlucky amateur.
The Ripper. You couldn't wait to say Jack Jerk's nickname, could you?
Late kick at 10, Ciminelli back on the strike plane. I just want to make sure Jack's buddies, late kick at the 7, Jerk's buddies still like us.
Oh, you kidding? All you had to do was say the Ripper, and you had fans for life in Buffalo.
Up steps Walter Ray Williams Jr., struck in the 1st and the 2nd. This is his 171st telecast. Leaves the 10-pin as Walter Ray. You see the amateur finalists scrolling down there at the bottom of the screen. These competitors.
Yeah. Fans can go to bowl.com and pick out their 6 favorite bowlers. There's 3 bowlers from each of the different oil patterns, the 5 animal patterns and another. And you fans out there can go on to bowl.com and pick which ones from each of those categories that you think should be bowling against these stars.
Well, I saw several women on the scroll as well.
That's right. Like I said, everybody bowling in the Certified Sport League had a chance for this, and it was the bowler who was the high scratch series in their league that week. His name went into the pile, and we had over 1,300 names submitted.
Ooh. 7 and 10 drop late for Walter Ray. Strikes in the 1st, 2nd, and 4th.
I've seen him do that quite a few times where, I mean, you or I, Steve, would have left the flattest 10-pin, and Walter Ray somehow gets the 6 to go to the sidewall and just kind of tomahawk the 10 down. Just truly amazing.
really he's a testament to the fact that accuracy and just the ability to put the ball in the pocket on a regular basis is enough to be competitive out here. All these guys with, you know, twice as many revs as him, he's still kicking their rear end. So.
Hey Ryan, what has changed with the lanes from your first match to now versus Walter Ray?
There's a little bit of carry down. I'm a little bit worried that ball's going to start ringing because that's what urethane does. It just starts up early. It doesn't really finish. I got a ball to go to though, so we'll see.
And what he means by that is he's starting to push oil down the lane, which is making his ball go just a little bit longer down the lane before it starts to face the 1-2 pocket. And the ringers he's referring to as the 7-pins. And in 2 games, that's all he's left. It's been nothing but strikes and 3 ringing 7s.
Crushes the pocket there, does the Italian stallion Ryan Ciminelli.
Wait a minute, I thought that was Sylvester Stallone. Rocky.
It hasn't been trademarked.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We'll throw it out to anybody there.
I got you. Hit him thin and watch him spin. Steve Wunderlich and I made a fortune on tour throwing shots like that.
A few less revs than Ryan.
Yeah, just a few.
WRWJ with a strike of his own in the 5th here in match number 2.
Walter Ray on a bit of a hot streak. He finished runner-up to Michael Fagan just 2 weeks ago at the Dick Weber Open in Fountain Valley. Won a tournament, actually the first tournament of the year, the Motor City
Open, where he beat Chris Barnes, who he's hoping to see again later today. Looks like him leaving the 9 too often.
Well, he doesn't because, again, he's not a big high-rev power guy. But, Steve, that solid 9 for Walter Ray's got to be all angle, no?
Yep, he's bringing it in from the very far extreme edge, and so he gets some of the angle that these higher rev players would normally be getting, and you're going to leave some of the same kind of spares.
Walter Ray remains clean here in match number 2. Steve Wunderlich, thank you. Thanks for joining us. Look forward to seeing you in Arlington.
Thanks for having me. We look forward to having you down to the International Training and Research Center. You guys are going to be very excited about what you see.
We're looking forward to it.
Thanks,
I'm looking forward to some knowledge from you guys to help my game. I need a little bit.
That's what Randy keeps telling me.
Yeah, oh, Randy, really? Man. We welcome you back to Reno, Nevada, the National Bowling Stadium in downtown Reno. Only 6 PBA pros have won multiple Masters. Walter Ray Williams Jr. could join that list with the victory today. He is in the midst of match number 2 with Ryan Ciminelli and trailing by 2 early on in this one. Our thanks to Stu Upson in attendance here, the executive director of USBC. About to be a very busy time for the USBC. This time of the year always seems that business picks up for them. Ciminelli working a 3-bagger, stepping up in the 6th for a ham bone, trying to extend his lead over Walter Ray Williams Jr.
Did you see your ham bone patch? That was courtesy of Mr. Steve Wunderlich.
I saw that from the USBC. They've come to their senses. Or something like that.
Stopped like that.
Well, and this was the last thing you would have thought that Ryan Ciminelli would do. You could see that ball just checked way early, went right through the face. 4-6-10. And that's the kind of thing, Rob, that you can never do to a Walter Ray Williams Jr. and get away with it.
Needs an open frame.
Almost bounced it out.
He had an open frame in match number 1 and did not suffer the penalty. And almost got the slide. Leaves the 4, and we begin the 7th. First open frame of this match. The winner to take on Chris Barnes. The overall winner today is your new Player of the Year points leader. With about a month and a half left in the season.
Right back at it.
Walter Ray has had success, but not as much success as he'd like in Reno. This is his 7th television show that he's made here in Reno, but just 1 win.
Speed up.
5 second-place finishes. For most people, that's a career, and a pretty darn good one.
And the guy that he beat the 2004 Masters, our tournament leader, Chris Barnes.
Chris Barnes, a wonderful week here in Reno, just tore apart the field. And Chris Barnes waiting in the wings to take on either Williams Jr. or Ciminelli. As you take a look at some of the other finishers. Jason Belmonte in 8th. Reigning Player of the Year, Wes Malott in 10th. Strike in the 8th, WJ.
Yeah, he likes it. I'll tell you what, defending champion John Nolan finished 41st this week. And this is what makes the Masters such a difficult tournament to win. Do you know the last time a defending champion successfully defended his title? It was back in 64-65, Billy Whalen. And only 2 players have ever successfully defended this title. The other was Dick Hoover back in 56 and 57.
So now paired for Ciminelli.
Ciminelli
We have seen more than our share of first-time titleists in the singles events this year. Mike Fagan winning it just a few weeks ago in LA. Tom Smallwood and Kelly Kulick winning their first title. It just happened to be a major. And this young man, Ryan Ciminelli, may join Smallwood and Kulick, trying to win his first ever Lumber Liquidators Tour title. He's got a chance here at the 3rd major of the season. Three-bagger explodes for Ciminelli.
Ciminelli would become the 20th player all time to win a major as his first title. The last to do it, actually the last 2 to do it, happened this season. And you mentioned both players.
Smallwood and Kulick.
See, there it is.
Kelly Kulick will be returning to PBA action next week in Wheat Ridge, Colorado. There's Walter Ray in the 9th. Up 3.
That's it, baby. Come on, one more.
Walter Ray can strike out to shoot 258. The best Ryan Ciminelli can do, 245.
Walter Ray's 9th top 20 finish of the season, 6th top 10 finish, and 4th in the top 5. Just 1 title so far this year.
Yeah, big shot right there from one of the greatest ever, the all-time leader in tour titles, Walter Ray Williams Jr., looking for title number 47. 9 spare would lock it up for Walter Ray.
That's it. No,
Walter Ray moves on.
That ball was about 15 feet down the lane when he said, "That's it." Nice run for Ryan Ciminelli. I promise you, you'll see that young man again. But what a tall order having to get through a living legend, one of the greatest of all time. And now Walter Ray will move on to face Chris Barnes. A little deja vu from 2004.
Walter Ray maybe bowled a little bit of a chip on his shoulder from this week. Chris Barnes really handed him his lunch at one point here in Reno. And Walter Ray, you know, he may not tell you he remembers it. He remembers it.
Oh, Barnes slapped him around and took his lunch money, without question. Walter Ray, he's out for a little payback.
So just the title we were seeking. 2 of the best in the biz. Walter Ray Williams Jr., Chris Barnes in our title match.
If I didn't give me a chance, if I would have left that, I would have been killed.
Commercial break.
Yeah.
Ryan Ciminelli has run into some of the legends this season as well, losing to Norm Duke earlier this year at the World Series of Bowling, and the Cheetah Championship falling to Rhino Page, and the Viper Championship falls to Walter Ray here. Walter Ray Williams Jr., 1 win away from his 8th major.
Oh, scored is too quickly. But there, it's Ciminelli.
Good showing from Ryan Ciminelli. Huge upside from that young man.